With status updates and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. According to Fightful, the TNA contract of Killer Kelly expired at the end of December, with no creative plans for her. Sources claim her final appearances were at the TNA El Paso tapings. Talking about a return to WWE, Ringside News wrote that LA Knight may be gearing up for a return to WWE television sooner than expected, and new details suggest he could show up as early as this week. According to Fightful Select, Knight was scheduled to travel to Germany ahead of WWE Monday Night Raw on January 11th, 2026, which will air live from the PSD Bank Dome in Dusseldorf. While it couldn't confirm if Knight is officially booked for the show, it was noted that WWE rarely flies talent overseas in the middle of a European tour without a specific purpose, a strong indication that something could be brewing. This follows an earlier report claiming Knight's return could come as soon as Raw on January 5th in Brooklyn. That appearance didn't materialize, but the latest travel update keeps the buzz alive. Knight has been out of action since December 8th, 2025 after suffering a cracked sternum during a surprise attack by the Vision and a brutal tsunami splash from Bronson Reed. His injury was confirmed by Joe Tessitore on the December 15th episode of Raw, with WWE announcing he was sidelined indefinitely. Now, less than a month later, signs are pointing toward a return, possibly even in Germany. Adding fuel to the fire, Knight was recently listed internally for Royal Rumble week in Saudi Arabia, suggesting WWE has him slotted for a comeback as the road to WrestleMania kicks off. WWE is reportedly going all in on LA Knight in 2026, with plans to push him as one of the company's top babyfaces. His feud with the Vision may only be getting started, and if he returns in Europe, it could be the spark that launches his main event run. Explaining why she was off both Raw and SmackDown last week, WWE backstage correspondent Kathy Kelly said this on TikTok. One of the really unfortunate side effects all the time is that you're very susceptible to getting sick, and that's what's going on right now. Since I'm an old, sick girl, I decided to take care of myself by ordering some goop, so now I'm having a ginger shot. I'm hoping that because my sinuses are so stuffed, it won't be as bad as it normally is. That was fine, so I must be really sick. My sinuses must be like the 405, totally congested. The problem with being an independent baddie is that when you're sick, no one takes care of you, except Mr. Uber Eats man, so shout out to you. Sloane Jacobs, formerly known as Notorious Mimi, is set for a WWE tryout according to Fightful Select. Jacobs was on NXT and Level Up, but would be released by WWE on November 22nd, as it remains to be seen if she gets another contract. Going over an NXT star that is set to return, Ringside News wrote that Jada Parker hasn't been seen on WWE TV since October 7th, 2025, when she competed in a #1 Contenders Battle Royal on NXT. That's about to change. Bodyslam.net now confirms that Parker is set to return to NXT television soon. No additional details were provided, but the update puts to rest months of speculation about her status. Parker's absence had previously raised questions among fans, but previously reports indicated that there was no injury or main roster call-up in play. Instead, she's simply been getting a refresh behind the scenes. It was also noted that she was working recent NXT live events and training regularly at the WWE Performance Center. WWE is increasingly taking time to recalibrate certain stars off TV before reintroducing them with a new edge, and this appears to be the case for Parker. She's remained vocal throughout her break, especially when addressing online trolls who questioned her value. On a recent episode of Going Ringside, she dismissed the hate and emphasized that she's not here to please people who don't even know her. Like half the things people say online, they would not say to us to our face. So if that's the case, why would I even have to respond to you if you don't even pay any of my bills? I don't even know you, but you know me, and that's all that matters. You know my name. I don't even know yours. With a return now imminent, fans will be watching closely to see what version of Jada Parker shows up next. Taking to X, NWA champion Mike Mondo revealed he underwent a procedure, posting this photo in writing. Had to have emergency dental surgery today on my wisdom tooth. Nice to not have that effort out to not deal with those aches, pains, and migraines anymore. Recovery is going well and I'll be back in the gym tomorrow. Still always gut check time. It has been confirmed by Ringside News that the NWA is interested in working with Tully Blanchard. No formal discussions have taken place, but the door is open. On Instagram, Blanchard teased an appearance in the promotion, responding to a clip saying, "I should come see this in person." After Will Ospreay underwent neck surgery in September, he has been out of action from AEW. Providing an update on the star, AEW President Tony Khan told Unlikely with Adrian Hernandez, "Well, I was just talking to him on my way over here to do this interview actually. He's doing better and I'm very grateful. You know, again, I'll be going to the SI Awards tonight where the journalists picked Will Ospreay as the best in-ring wrestler of the year, and he didn't get to finish the year healthy. He was injured. He's been out since Forbidden Door, which was a huge success for us in London, and Will Ospreay is recovering from serious neck injuries. And I'm very grateful that Will Ospreay is in AEW, and I'm also very grateful that he's recovering and he will be back in 2026. I can't say exactly when, but I can tell you that in 2026, he will be back, and we are so excited to have Ospreay here. One of the great matches of the year, and I think one of the great reasons why Sports Illustrated picked Double or Nothing as the best show of the year. What a match. Will Ospreay versus Hangman Page. And some great moments leading into the match too, where both men said they would support the other if whoever lost the match. They said, "I'll support you if you support me. Let's go out there and fight and then have each other's backs against the Death Riders," and it was awesome. Touching on an NXT star's main roster status in WWE, Ringside News noted that, despite internal buzz about Blake MONROE possibly heading to WWE's main roster, it looks like those plans are officially on hold for now. According to Bodyslam.net, MONROE will not be called up to Raw or SmackDown at this time. Instead, sources say there are creative plans in place for her in NXT, with a focus on building toward a featured role at NXT Stand and Deliver during WrestleMania 41 weekend. This comes just days after Fightful Select reported that MONROE had been the subject of serious internal discussions about a potential move to the main roster. Multiple sources within WWE had believed she could be headed to Raw soon, but that direction has since changed. MONROE, who joined WWE following her time in AEW, has made a major impact in NXT with her charisma, athleticism, and recent involvement in the NXT Women's North American Championship picture. Her social media feud with current champion Izzy Dame has only added to her growing momentum, and now it looks like that story could be playing out in a major way at NXT's biggest event of the year. When it comes to the future of Chris Jericho as the stars left AEW, Andrew Badalis said this on the Final Bell Media podcast. "I'm saying this on record. Chris Jericho has already agreed to a WWE return. There's a lot of smoke around this from what I was gathering from people who were calling and texting me, from people who would know that Chris Jericho is very interested in working TNA. What a statement it would be if Chris Jericho shows up on the first episode of TNA on AMC. there are not many free agents out there that could move the needle for TNA. Asked if Jericho could appear on TNA's AMC premiere on the 15th, Jim Ross noted on his Grilling JR podcast, "I think it's WWE or nothing for Jericho. He's happy. He seems to be happy. He's got a lot of influence at AEW. He basically, to simplify it, he books his own angles and he works with the creative guys and they communicate well. And Chris don't come empty-handed. He's always got a plan. But I think his goal, if it is to leave AEW where he's got a great deal, I'm under the impression he's got a great deal, then I think it's WWE or he stays where he is. I don't think the TNA thing plays into it, but I could be wrong. Money changes a lot of opinions and a lot of sentiment. I think Jericho is just he's such a valuable member of AEW. Him leaving would hurt the brand to a degree, no doubt. You can't lose a talent like Chris Jericho and say that, oh well, we'll just move on. It doesn't matter. We got other guys that are ready to step up, and I hope that's true, but bottom line of it is, he's got options, and that's a smart guy. I've said it here before. The one thing that impresses me about Jericho is that he is not afraid to reinvent himself and throw a different log on the fire to see how hot it burns. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.